Based on the article, the data show that annual inflation moderated in December 2021 to 3.2% compared to 3.3% in November. Inflation in the final months had fallen from the peak of 4.7% seen in April 2021 and is clearly on a downtrend. Clarify how the government policy combat inflation using fiscal policy. Government's expenditure. By reducing its own spending, the governments can decrease the overall demand in the economy. This can include cutting spending on public projects, service, or even government's salaries. The idea is that less government spending means less money circulating in the economy, leading to decreased demand and subsequently lower inflation. Taxation. Another way the governments can combat inflation is through change in taxation. If the governments increase tax, people and business have less disposable income. This in turn reduces their spending, lower consumer spending, and business investment can help cool down an overheated economy and reduce inflationary pressure.
Interest rate. While not directly related to fiscal policy, the government can also work in conjunction with the central bank. Influence interest rate higher. Interest rate make borrowing expensive, leading to reduced spending and investment. This too can help control inflation. Supply side policies. The government can also implement policies aimed at increasing the supply of goods, service. For example, investing in infrastructure, removing regulatory barriers, or promoting innovation can boost productivity and help meet growing demand without causing expensive inflation. Solution for question 1. It's crucial for the government to strike balance between these measures to ensure economic stability. Too much tightening and lead to a slowdown or recession, while too little may allow inflation to persist. It's like trying to find that sweet spot in the policy mix.
So question 2. Discuss two types of inflation. Cost push inflation. Cost push inflation results from an increase in the production cost of goods and services, causing businesses to pass those increased costs on the consumer in the form of higher prices. External factors typically drive cost push inflation. So rising input costs, an increase in the prices of raw material, labor, or other production inputs can lead to higher production costs. Supply shock. External events such as natural disasters, geopolitical conflict, or disruption in the supply chain can reduce the ability of goods and services, leading to higher prices. Wage price spiral. Workers demanding higher wages may lead businesses to raise price to cover increased labor costs, creating a cycle of rising wages and price.
Demand pull inflation. Demand pull inflation occurs when the aggregate demand for goods and services exceeds the aggregate supply, leading to upward pressure on prices. This type of inflation is often associated with periods of strong economic growth, increased consumer spending, and high level of investment. Consumer spending. Robust consumer spending can drive up demand for goods and services. Investment. Increased business investment can contribute to higher demand for resources. Government spending. If the government increase its spending significantly, it can stimulate overall demand in the economy. Conclusion question 2. Both types of inflation have implications for the economy. Moderate inflation is generally considered normal in growing economy, but excessively high inflation or deflation can pose challenge. Central banks often aim to maintain price stability by using monetary policy tools to manage inflation within target ranges. Understanding the causes and effects of different types of inflation is crucial for policymakers, business, and individuals to make informed economic decisions.